Hello everybody, this is Mohammed Al-Majid and welcome to my first chess video. I started playing chess about 3 years ago when I was 16 years old. My brother taught me the game when we were in Wales for his graduation, and I didn't play the game consistently. I played it every once in a while, but I always keep coming back to the game because I really love it. And I think in addition to math, it's one of the best things you could do to stimulate the brain and have fun at the same time. So in today's video, we're going to be solving 15 chess puzzles. If you're not very familiar with chess rules, I can leave a link in the description to a page that's hopefully going to teach you chess rules. So do check it out if you want to follow along and understand what we're doing. And that's it. Without further ado, let's get going. So we have the black pieces in this first puzzle, and it's black to move. What do we do in this case? Now notice my pawn on h3 is really powerful. It's controlling the square, so the king can never come here, right? The only square the king can go to in this case is this one. And there is a way for me to limit this square and the square that the king is in. And the way I do that is if I put my rook on c1. The king will have no more moves, right? The only move white can do in this case is block with his rook, but that doesn't do anything because I can take with checkmate. And that's it. That will be game. So here and here, checkmate. Okay, second puzzle, it's white to move. We have the white pieces. What do we do in this case? Now the black king is in trouble here, right? He can't come here, and he can't come down here, right? So if I can maintain both of these restrictions and also take away his square, then it's game over because the king will have no more moves and it will be checkmate. And the way I can do that is if I put my knight on g6. The knight will take away the square that the king is in right now, and that will be mate, game over. Okay, we have the black pieces for the third puzzle. If we look at the king, he's really suffocated by the pawns in front of him, right? So he can't come forward. So the only squares that the king can go to in this case is this one and that one. These two. And I can find a way in this case to eliminate both of these squares and take away the square that the king is in. And the way I do that is I put my queen on d1. The only move he has is he could block with his rook, but that doesn't do anything because I take it and it will be checkmate. The king is trapped. And no more moves. That's it. Here and here. Okay, it's white to move, and we have the white pieces. What do we do in this case? Well, we can promote. We can promote to a queen. His only move in this case is to go here. And then what? And then we can go here with the queen. And then he'll have to go here with the king. And then what do we do? And then we're much better. I don't think we need to calculate that further into what we're going to do. But I think we're just much better if we just promote to a queen. That's it. Yeah. Okay, I see we can take this rook, and then he'll take us with the knight, but that doesn't really matter because a bishop is better than, a rook is better than a bishop. So we would have traded a bishop for a rook, and that's great in most of the cases. So I think that's the best move in this case. Just take it. And okay, and now after he takes us with the knight, we also have this nice move here. Rook to c1. He will be pinned, this knight will be pinned to the king. He can't move. Okay, and the next move I'll just take the knight, and that's it. So here, and take it. Now I want to take this rook here, right? I want to take it, but the king is defending the rook, so I can't really do that. But there is a way for me to deflect the king away, and the way I do this is I put my rook on e5. The rook will take away all these squares, so the king will have to go up. He obviously can't come here because my king and my pawn both cover that square, and he'll have to go back up somewhere. Okay, so just rook to e5, and now we take the rook. Okay, it's black to move. What do we do here? Okay, can we give a check? Well, what if we give a check? If we go here, you can go here, right? And then what? And then I put my rook up down here, and that will be mate, right? So that's it, here, and then here. Okay, I can take his rook here, right? Look, he's attacking my rook with the bishop, but I can take his rook first. If he takes my rook, what do we do then? Let's do this again. Okay, so I take his rook. He can take here. If he takes here, that doesn't do anything because I just take it with the rook, and I'll be up a piece, right? Or I would have won a piece in this case. Okay, takes, he takes, I take. Okay, that's good for me. What about if we take, and then he takes here? And then what? Oh, we can just take here, and then if he takes, we deliver this checkmate. So that's it, here and here. Okay, black to move. What is the move here? There's a really nice check here we can give. We can put our knight on d7 and fork the king and the rook. Right after the king moves, because it's a check, king has to do something about the check. So it has to move, he has to move, and then we just take the rook. We don't have to worry about white promoting because we covered that square with the bishop, so we're good here. Here and here. Okay, white to move. Now, can we give a check here? If we push our pawn to b4, what does he have? Well, he can't go up because my rook controls all these squares, right? He can't go up. Not here. Yeah. Okay. So his only move in this case actually is c4. So if I push, he has c4. And then what? And then I have rook to c6, and that's mate. Well, that's not exactly. Oh, that is mate. Yes. So here, and then here. Okay, he's attacking our rook with his bishop. But should we panic? Not really, because we can push this pawn. We can push the pawn on h5 to h6, and the king will have no more squares, right? The king can't come here because I covered that square with my queen, and he can't go up because all of these squares are taken away by my rook. So that's checkmate. Okay, what do we have here? Now notice there's a really nice check here, and it might seem a little bit odd because it seems that we're sacrificing the bishop. Okay, we play this check right here, and he's going to take us, but then we take the queen. The queen is not defended. Okay, so we would have sacrificed a bishop for a pawn and a queen, which is an amazing trade. Okay, so here, and then take the queen. Okay, do we have a check? Yes, we do. We have this check, and then after that, he can come here. What happens if he comes here? I have this mate. Okay, so that's not a good move. So then his only move is to come down here. He can't come here, because again, my queen will be covering that square, and my knight as well. And he can't come down here because my knight will be covering that square. Okay, so the only move he has after I play queen to h4 is king to e2, but then I play queen to f2, and that is checkmate. The king will have no more squares. Right, so here, okay, he goes to the first variation we considered, and there we go. Should I take the queen here? I don't think that's a great idea because he's better. If I take his queen, he's just gonna take my queen, and he's gonna be better in the end game. He's probably gonna win this game. Okay, but there's a really nice move. Notice the king is defending the queen here. So I want to push this king away. I don't want the king to defend the queen. So if I can somehow deflect the king away, I can take the queen for free. Okay, and the way I deflect the king is push h6 here. He takes the pawn, and I take the queen, and I'll be winning this game. Okay, that's the last puzzle, by the way. What do we do in this case? Now, should we take here? Seems like a free bishop. No, not here. Should we take the bishop? There's a better move. Can you spot it? Queen to d3. Checks the king and forks the rook as well. Next move, whatever he does, I'm going to take the rook. That's better than taking the bishop because a rook is stronger than a bishop in most of the cases. Right? So just here, and instead of winning a bishop, I win a rook, and I'm going to win this game. So here, and here. And that's it. So we solved 15 puzzles. That was it for this video. That was the goal. If you liked the video, please let me know in the comment section below. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.